everyone.
Hey there guys, Unofficial MCU here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have our She-Hulk episode 3 breakdown and Easter eggs, but really just thoughts and opinions, my overall review with some theories and speculations here towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for those. So we're gonna hop right on into it with our overall recap and review here, talking about episode 3 of the She-Hulk show here is now here. In this video I'm going to be taking a read here from Den of Geek, and their article I'll have fully linked down in the description down below for you guys to check out as well. In keeping with its pre-release promise, She-Hulk Attorney at Law has featured at least one post-credit sequence in each of its first 3 episodes. The post-credit scene at the end of the premiere was perhaps that respective episode's funniest moment, in which a celebrity, Jennifer Walters, cries out to the heavens that Captain America, you know what. The second episode scene is where She-Hulk-fied Jen helps her father with arduous tasks around the house. It was less effective, but ultimately harmless. And the post-credit scene in the third episode, we're going to kind of just start out with talking about this because it's kind of the elephant in the room, I feel like, at this point in time. It isn't just the end of the episode stinger as the post-credit scene, it's a litmus type of test here. How one feels about a painfully earnest moment featuring a giant CGI woman dancing with music superstar Megan Thee Stallion likely informs how one feels about She-Hulk at large and overall. There's been a lot of controversy talking about the post-credit scene for episode 3 here. I'm going to talk about it and go deeper into it in a separate future video here on the channel, because that was simply just the post-credit scene for episode 3 of this show here. So that all being said, there is just so much more to really talk about here regarding the overall episode for this week. After getting things started with Jen's representation of Emil Blancy, who is the Abomination that we first saw in The Incredible Hulk from 2008 last week in episode 2, we get to really see how busy the Superhuman Law Division is at JLK and H can be, while Jen puts the finishing touches on her defenses of Blonsky with a helpful assist from Wong, who's played by Benedict Wong, and a new character that goes by the name of Pug takes on a classical case of superhero fraud. A light elf from Asgard has bewitched everyone's least favorite a-hole out there that previously worked with Jen, being Dennis, into believing he's dating Megan Thee Stallion, and having a whole case going on around that and surrounding that there as well. It's an interesting concept and brings on how there's other superheroes out there. It's a huge thing out there, and especially with New Asgard bringing in different types of spacely beings even at that there as well, and mythical creatures and such there as well. Bringing those into the real world and making them just like a part of everyday life at the same time as well really helps bring you into the MCU here, essentially. With only roughly 30 minutes of screen time to split between the A and B stories, of which Jen acknowledges the existence of the fourth wall break in this episode as well, She-Hulk doesn't go as far as it possibly could with the shape-shifting light elf premise. Still, as in a brief of the superhero mayhem, it comes to work like a charm. And it does certainly help that Pug is given something to do in this episode as well, as anyone who has watched 2 seasons of the other 2 can attest to this there as well, being another TV show, the other 2. Even while She-Hulk establishes its own identity with its first proper case of the week, the rest of the show is uncommonly generous with its MCU character time sharing. Of course, also bringing Wong into this episode here as well, and must have mentioned that this overall show has previously already had Hulk in the show as well, playing quite a huge substantial role overall. Well, really hence its name there as well, the name of it being She-Hulk and how the 2 are related. And as we already do know, confirmed from various TV spots and the teaser trailer and trailers for this show here as well, we're also confirmed to have Daredevil making his MCU debut here into the, well, MCU. Getting both Abomination and Wong in a single 30-minute episode of television is probably a budget buster, but a welcome one. Both really add quite a bit to the proceedings and make the whole thing truly connected to a larger universe at that, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this show has done a phenomenal job at that, as I had briefly mentioned about the elf Asgardian that shapeshifts. Like any other non-MCU TV comedy, She-Hulk is still finding its voice in its early goings, in early episodes, even as its visual language and overarching plot lag behind. The show's sense of humor is starting to shine through here as well. Right now, She-Hulk feels like a legal comedy that a Marvel fan would have maybe actually done themselves. Now, from there, that's where the article ends. As I had mentioned, I have this full article linked down in the description down below for you guys to check out as well. And, well, yeah, there really isn't a whole lot to, I guess, recap proper really review over with this overall episode. It's straight to the point, it's straightforward, it introduces and has different types of new concepts, ideas, and elements that are brought here into one single show regarding one single Marvel character. And I think the really overall point of this episode, aside from leaving out Hulk, is that it really does bring a bigger, vast universe that the MCU is into one thing. It really shows how big this universe truly really is, rather than that's something that you'd only see maybe in the next Avengers movie type of thing. Also, the inclusion of having Wong in this episode and throughout as well is very awesome. Of course, it's always so cool to see him. Having Abomination actually play a legit role here throughout this actual episode here is another thing I think is very cool at the same time as well. There are plenty of other different theories and speculations that I have here regarding this overall episode here just alone. I'll be going more in depth and covering them in separate future videos here on the channel, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel for those. However, I think the biggest question that has currently been going around, aside from where is the Incredible Hulk going to, I made a TikTok video actually talking about that. I'll have my TikTok link down in the description down below as well. However, I think the episode 3 here for She-Hulk introduces probably the new big question here for the overall She-Hulk show and its plot and regarding everything like that, aside from where on earth is Daredevil, is the fact of the gang that tried to gang up on She-Hulk, and she just turned into She-Hulk and beat them all up, of course. They tried to inject her with a needle in an effort to obtain some of her blood, in an effort that would have the serum to, I guess, spread this super soldier type of serum that would be in the Incredible Hulk, Jennifer Walters, well, She-Hulk, and also the Abomination there as well. And I would believe that this maybe could be an introduction for Red Hulk, who's played by Thunderbolt Ross. Unfortunately, however, recently the actor for him recently passed away, so it would be a recast of some sorts, or maybe even at that, a one-off type of thing, I believe. As in such that they would have him introduced using maybe CGI and deep faking this character and reusing the same actor there as well, turn him permanently into the Red Hulk, and then have to unfortunately, well, get rid of him in the MCU because the actor is unfortunately passed away there now as well. However, that's just kind of one of my many different kind of theories and speculations talking about why these guys were trying to gang up on her and who is the boss of these guys. Why do they want the blood of She-Hulk, or at least one of the Hulks out there? And well, yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think here about She-Hulk episode 3. Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as it really helps the channel, and check out Instagram Unofficial MCU for more Marvel related content, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great one. Peace out.